Yeah. I don't even know where to start. It was an unbelievable moment for Tyler, an unbelievable moment for his teammates, this organization, and you're always looking for those types of exciting moments, and magnified obviously because of the year we're having. So for us to push back everything and have one special day and an incredible moment like that, it was a great feeling for everybody. The fans were engaged. I know that they were probably pushing them those last couple innings, those last couple batters. Everybody in the stadium knew what was going on, and Tyler was amazing. Let's remember it's our second no hitter. I know Bums was a 7 inning no hitter, and Tyler really kind of put a little icing on the cake by making a statement and throwing a 9 inning no hitter. It doesn't get any better. I'm sure he's going to have a special night celebration with his teammates right now. I think that's happening, and it's something that we're all enjoying.
Steve Gilbert.
Torey, what was it like for you? I know you came up with a maximum pitch count. What was it, and how nervous were you there in the ninth inning?
Yeah, I was probably the most uptight guy after the 6th inning because I knew that everything was lining up pretty good. I began asking for information after the 5th inning. He's supposed to be right in that 90 pitch range, but there was a buildup. There was extended outings in AAA, and as we know that his role had changed a little bit over the past couple of outings here at the big league level. I had negotiated a 105 pitch limit, and I had a lot of conversations for the last 3 innings with people around me that I trust a lot, and I was probably going to push the envelope a little bit, knowing that it was going to be a very special day, potentially a very special day for him. So probably in that 110 range. The 3-pitch 8th was a huge inning. The anxiety was building. The excitement was building. And I think that happened so quickly, it just pushed us right into the next inning. And Tyler took it from there.
You guys I saw Fetters on the bench talking with him. Was Hergis not here today?
So I have a little bit of an update. Merrill Kelly tested positive today for COVID. That happened late in the day. We are still presently going through some contact tracing, and I can't tell you any more than that. I'll be able to fill in the gaps for you. Hopefully, once that contact tracing is complete.
Sierra Santos.
Hi, Torey. You mentioned it's ongoing, but what is that celebration like right now?
Yeah, in a year where we've had a lot of heartache, a lot of disappointment, to watch these players come together and celebrate Tyler, it was a lot of fun on the field, and they just carried it right on into the clubhouse. And I heard a lot of yelling and screaming, a lot of smiles, and a lot of cheers. So that's what makes this game so wonderful. Despite the experience that we've been walking through this year, we had a special moment, and we all came together because of what Tyler was able to give us.
There are only a handful of no-nos in Diamondbacks history. So how are you going to remember this moment and being a part of it?
I think when I think about what he's done and where it's taken him to today, he's a great story. He's a junior college baseball player from Southern California and Santa Barbara. He goes to USC, gets drafted, switches teams a couple times. He's a minor league Rule 5 draft from the Los Angeles Dodgers that we picked up. He continued to fight his way through spring training fight his way through the minor leagues. And it's a story that's built around success for me. And it's what Major League Baseball, or the game of baseball, is all about. As long as you have a uniform, as long as you give the right effort, anything's possible. And it lined up perfectly for him today, and we're all celebrating him.
Nick King.
Torey, talking about that great story, from what I saw, the last 2 guys to throw a no-hitter in their first career start were named Bumpus and Bobo. So did you have is this really happening moment during the game for this guy in his first start to be doing this?
For sure. 100%. I was probably the most stressed out person in the entire stadium after the sixth inning. I try to explain that to you guys, and I'm relying on people around me, pitchers especially, the pitching coach, about what the experience is like and what the buildup is like. And Mike Fetters turned to me and he said, "Look, if you're thinking about making a quick, hasty decision, remember this is his first major league start." That got my attention. And he said, "Not many people have this opportunity. You only have one first major league start in your career." He said, "Just be patient." And that got my attention. And I started to look at it a little bit differently. And that's when I told myself I'd probably stretch it out beyond that 105 pitches. I think everything became more magnified as the game was being played. And, Tyler, every time I looked at him, his face told me a story where his heartbeat was great and he was slowing the game down. So I think he's slowing it down for me. He's slowing it down for everybody around him. That's what makes the day so special.
At what point did Fett say that to you, Torey?
That was after the sixth inning, because his pitch count was 85 pitches today. And we determined that before the game. But obviously things changed rather quickly. And I have to rely on some people that have looked down that gun barrel and been on the mound before. I was talking to the medical team every inning, and we just kept pressing on.
Zach Buchanan.
Torey, you kind of touched on this a little bit ago, but just how would you describe just the composure he showed out there, just both in the dugout between innings and then on the mound? Is that already just making your first big league start has got to be a nerve-wracking moment. Then you've got the weight of a no-hitter on your shoulders.
Yeah, I think he was blocking all that out. I think he was just going out there and executing and focus on everything pitch to pitch. You look at his at bats, he gets 2 great bunts down. So I think he's just got that natural ability to slow the game down when he needs to. I'm still getting to know him. Look, it's a handful of outings here at the big league level. It's a handful of outings at in spring training before we sent him out. The reports were from AAA that he was pounding the zone. Those are the things that he's consistently doing while he's here. So while I'm watching him execute, and then I watch the reaction and the body language and the facial expression, it's telling me a really good story that he knows how to slow some things down and step on the gas pedal when he needs to.
Jack Summers.
Torey, how key was it for the offense getting off to such a quick start to help Tyler just relax and pound the zone and pitch with that big lead?
Yeah, that's a key point. We jumped on him for 5 early runs, and look, their starting pitcher threw a no-hitter of his own. We knew that we would have a tremendous challenge before us. The Drew Ellis 3-run home run, I think, really opened up those floodgates, and it kind of gives you a little breathing room. And I think that's what Tyler felt, and he went out there and executed. After you give up 5 runs, I'm sure the Padres were trying to get back into the dugout, get back on their own feet and push forward. So maybe for a couple innings, it had a little hangover effect that we were out to the 5-0 lead, but Tyler took it from there. No matter what they were thinking or feeling, he took it over.
Nick.
Torey, I think he gave up I think it was 10 balls at 95 miles an hour or harder that you guys turned into outs. And just, I guess, kind of how do you square that with all the things you guys have gone through this season to have a night like that where things kind of went your way?
Yeah, I don't want to sound like I'm overly negative and bitter at some of the circumstances that have been dealt, or some of the cards and the circumstances that have been dealt to us. I don't think we've had a lot of luck this year, right? So when it comes together in a very, very special way, whether they had 5, 10, or 15 balls hit at that pace, we were in the right place at the right time and made the place, and it equaled the no-hitter.
Evan Thompson.
Torey, in the 4th inning, there was a line drive smoked right at Bateman at first to turn it into a double play. There was the comeback line drive that Tyler caught. The diving play at third by Drew, and then the jumping catch at the wall by David. A lot of times no-hitters have plays like that happen. At what point did you think you might be seeing something special tonight?
Yeah, great point. You're right. There were a lot of well-hit balls today. They were right to people. I think when the diving play was made at third base by Drew Ellis, I felt like this could be a magical night. where everything is lining up just right. And those hard hit balls were finding a body, finding somebody that could get a glove on them. And, I'm sure Tyler's going to share it with you, but, everybody that's thrown a no hitter that I've known or seen, or a game that I've been a part of, says that there's a little bit of luck involved and good plays behind them. I think that was the case today.
Let's do two more. Zach Buchanan.
Or along those lines, how many, aside from bums earlier this year, how many no hitters have you been a part of as a manager before this, or not as a manager, or on a big league coaching staff?
This is my first as a big league coach. I've been a part of a couple as a player, but this is my first one.
Jeff Sanders.
Torey, you mentioned your stress level. How much did the 3-pitch 8th inning help you out in that department?
Yeah, at that point, what I had talked about in with the people in my inner circle in the dugout that are helping me make decisions, I said, rather than pile up all the worry and try to figure out how we're gonna get through the 9th, let's just reload and talk about what happens after the 8th. And then if we are in a manageable situation, we will proceed. So, the ball left the bat for the first batter, and I thought, well, I had a chance to be a home run. I saw David made a great play. Nicky right behind that makes another great play. And with the fly out, 3 pitches and 3 outs, I told myself at that point, even after the second out, he's going back out. No questions asked.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Torey.
Thanks, guys.
We'll be back in a bit, guys.
Thanks, Torey.